walk back to the house, and when I get to the house, I just go to my room and I'm done with it. Later on that night, I'm having a conversation with Dre, and Bailey inserts herself in that conversation. I'm just like, shut the f*** up! Like, dude, you just keep running your damn mouth. Be in your place. Read the room. And yeah, y'all, I was stressed the fuck out. What's good, y'all? Lonnie Appleton here. If you have a couple of minutes, we are talking about conflict resolution and having conversations around conflict. This is part 3. Definitely a part 4 coming, because I got conflict coming at every angle right now. Like, I have collided with Angel, I have collided with Bailey, and I have collided with Dre. And I have collided with Caden. The only one that I haven't collided with is Michael. And I'm feeling the energy on me shifting, so hopefully I can avoid that one. But it's important to identify that energy and understand what's going on, and for me to say, yeah, I have had an issue with damn near everybody in my house, and I'm the common factor in that thing, but also what's going on, so we can identify what's going on so we can avoid this, or at least not stay in this space any longer than we have to. Anyway, I tell her to be quiet, and we go back and forth, and she's like, okay, Mom, okay. And so that's the end of that. Now, in the past, when me and Bailey and anyone in my family, anyone in my life, we have issues, words are exchanged in the conflict space, and then we separate, energy shifts, we get back to normal, and we never discuss it or gain understanding of each other. I am beyond that space in my life. I am no longer walking around just letting stuff linger in the background, and I am definitely in the space where I am teaching my children conflict resolution skills. So let's talk about it. Yesterday is the day after I go pick Bailey up from work, and I want to, which is how we did it in the past, we would just make gestures to get things back to normal. Moms, you want something to eat? We just do things to put the energy back to normal, but we never discuss what happened. Even though we're both thinking about it, even though we're both discussing it in detail with our friend groups, we are never coming together and discussing it. So I pick her up from work, I ask her how her day was, and, trying to work to get the normal energy back. Because even before that, we would just sit in this uneasy energy until it finally just worked its way through. How many days are we losing because we're just allowing energy to sit on something? You know what I'm saying? So I'm laying in bed this morning, and we're going to go into another part. So after our live yesterday, I have decided that I'm going to start working towards getting 8 hours of sleep at night. What's good, y'all? Lonnie Appleton here. If you have a couple of minutes, we are discussing conflict resolution, using our words, and really working through issues, talking about it. This is a series, y'all, because this is video number 5. So anyway, I go to bed at 12 a.m., so now I'm at 7 hours because, I tried. But 4 a.m. hits, and I'm sitting in the bed like, okay, now what? So I'm assuming I have to train my body to get used to getting 8 hours of sleep, because I was done at 4. But I just laid in the bed, and it wasn't a restless, I'm awake. It was just like, I'm done sleeping. My body is used to running on 4 hours of sleep. So anyway, I'm laying in the bed, and I hear Bailey leave for school, and something I learned yesterday on our live was Amber said, when you are discerning between if it's your thinking or your guides communicating with you, it will be in not third person. They'll say you need to instead of I need to. And so when I'm laying there, my spirit says you need to go take your daughter to the bus stop. And I'm like, I ain't doing nothing else, and I have committed to being obedient, so I get up and go and drive through the neighborhood and see if I can find her. When I'm turning the corner, she's getting ready to cross the street, so she actually looks over at me and she sees me, and I'm like, hey, do you need a ride to school? And she was like, actually, yes, I would love it. Or to the bus stop. And she gets in the truck. And I was like, this isn't why I picked you up. I picked you up because Spirit told me to come get you, but would you like to discuss what happened the other day? And she was like, yeah, I was wondering because you didn't try to talk to me about it yesterday. And I was actually walking to school thinking, you know what, Mom never talked to me about what happened. Because that's our new normal. If we do have any type of conflict, we're going to talk it out. And so I expressed to her where I was coming from. I was like, look, you children fail to realize that I'm human too. You children fail to realize that I have emotions and feelings too. And I have everybody coming at me telling me how I'm doing things wrong and how I'm not living up to their expectations when I'm trying my best. I don't know what the hell I'm out here doing. I'm out here winging it just like you. And you guys expect mom to be the know-all. Just because I am a knowledgeable person doesn't mean I know everything. But what I do know is how to get you to someone who could probably help you more than I can. Especially if you're sitting here telling me you only have 7% on your cell phone. Remember, this is part 5, so there's 4 other videos that will give you more detail. And after she's finished, or after I'm finished, I'm like, do you have anything to say? Because we're taking turns speaking. We're not speaking over each other. And I'm working on being a better listener because I'm always thinking and resolving, but I need to wait and hear her out. So she's responding to me during our conflict resolution, and she says, Mom, you sound like you're trying to make yourself a victim. What's good, y'all? Lonnie Appleton here. This is part 6 on a series on conflict resolution, talking about it instead of allowing just the energy to fester until it either resolves itself or it becomes another argument. So she says, Mom, you sound like you're making yourself a victim. And I was like, I am a victim. What you guys fail to understand is just because I'm an adult doesn't mean that I can't be victimized. And it doesn't mean that the perpetrators of the victimization cannot be my children. Children victimize parents all the time, and they just, who cares? Because we're the parents and we're supposed to take it. That is 99% of the issues that I've had with my stepchildren, because they were trying to victimize their father and I was not allowing it. It's so easy when you're on the outside to see how people's children are mistreating them. But when you're on the inside, 1, you don't necessarily see it, and 2, you have to take it. It's your child. So when Bailey said, you sound like you're trying to make yourself the victim, I'm like, I am. You have victimized me. You not granting me understanding, you not seeing that I am trying to help you even though my help doesn't look the way that you want it to look, and then for you to come at me like, Mom, you're not being helpful, and then hang up on me. You have victimized me because I am trying to help you the best that I can with the resources and the knowledge that I have. And we were able to come to an understanding, and she spoke her piece, and we're now back to our space. And it's important to have these conflict resolution and these conversations and allowing each other to speak their truth and having understanding. It's not about forcing your truth on someone else. That's not conflict resolution. Conflict resolution is listening and granting understanding. I may not understand what you're saying, but I grant you your truth. I understand your perspective. You don't have to agree with it. But do we agree with 99% of the stuff that goes on around us, but we just go with the flow? Why can't we go with the flow with our spouses? Why can't we go with the flow with our family? Why can't we go with the flow with our children? We may not agree, but we understand enough to just go with the flow. If we did that, we'd have a lot less friction in our lives. We are so married to discourse, and we need to understand that. I am giving you guys, I know that I can dumb stuff down to the dumbest of the dummies. I ain't saying you're a dummy, but I make practical as part 7. Shoot.